The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will be live.
Great thing, my fellow warriors, and today we're going to learn how to perform the Korean dip. The Korean dip is another cool variation of the dip that you can perform on the ring, and you can call it the bicep dip because of the amount of exposure that the bicep has during this movement. So for that matter, I will suggest you to be careful when performing the Korean dip because you will be performing it with your arm, with your hand and your wrist completely rotated out, which is called the RTO position, the front support position. And from that front support position, you will be dipping forward. So it's kind of the second part or the first part of the festo movement. First part being that you're coming down, the first part of the eccentric, and then on the way back up will be this the last part of the festo, which will be the last part of the concentric, whatever you are pressing up to the top of the movement. So it is a good exercise that you can use to assist you in straight arm work that require your biceps to be strong. The straight arm skill work, like the plunge, for example, where if you were to perform it on the floor, you have to have your wrist slightly turn out and exposing your biceps to tremendous amount of pressure. This could be an exercise that you can use to prime yourself and to get to the point where you will be fully strong enough to sustain that much pressure. It could be used as well for assistance to movements like the planche again, where you perform it on the ring. So if you were to perform the planche on the ring, you will have to be externally rotated and have your wrist facing forward. So because of that, it puts a lot of stress on your bicep muscle, and the biceps not being primed properly for it, we yield some type of so we'll be exposed to injuries if not being careful. So you want to definitely be mindful of your level before you perform the Korean dip, and that's that. So it is something that you can use. Is it an exercise that you can use to either build muscle or to assist you in the quest of certain skill, certain gymnastic skill, whatever it is that will come on your list, on your bucket list. So without further ado, I'm going to show you guys how to perform the Korean dip. So the way you perform the Korean dip is by getting onto the ring, obviously, and then externally rotating your wrist. And from that position, I want you to lean forward and then push, maintaining the ring rotated out. Down again, and then push, rotating out. So that's that. And one thing I will add is as you get proficient at it, using kind of a false grip will help you, because if you were to learn a movement like the pelican curl or the festo, as you descend down, to be able to pull yourself back up, you will need to have a good understanding of how to false grip the ring to be able to smoothly perform the movement. So building the good habit of holding the false grip while you're doing the Korean dip is a good idea. So I'm gonna get you guys a different angle from the side so you have an idea of how to lean forward and then push yourself back up, how to perform it in a seamless manner. So that's that. That's the Korean dip and how you're performing. I call it the bicep dip because the amount of tension and exposure that the biceps is to withstand while you're performing it, and it's a good exercise that can be used to prime your bicep tendon for advanced skill in gymnastics like the festo, the planche on the rings, and so on. So yeah, you can also use it to build some muscle, and as much as it is a pushing exercise, you could put some size on the bicep as well as the triceps at the same damn time. So why not go for it? And that's that. Just be careful. Be sure that you have a good mastery of the regular dip before you start like diving into this this field, because it's quite advanced. Even though I consider that intermediate, it's still an advanced movement for most people. So be careful, be careful, be careful. Anything that you'll be performing with your bicep exposed in that manner will be really would be to be taken seriously, because you could tear some shit up, and once it's torn up, that just sets you back for ages. So don't yield to your ego. Use that movement just when you actually need it. Okay, you have plenty of other variation of dip that you can use if you want to target your triceps pretty efficiently. This is to be used only if you know that you're gonna be having the training effect of that movement be used later on to build onto some other skill or some other goals that you know what I mean. So that's that. Everything is and will always be the Meckanimal way. Comment, like, subscribe. It helps a lot, and appreciate the support. Salute.
The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will be live.